off to Donington Park for a nice evening session. Left work early and yeah, get the helmet bag on the passenger seat and head down. It's simple as that. I really enjoyed that about these cars over the kit car. I've got to admit, getting the van and trailer and everything does get a bit tiresome, whereas just hopping in this and cruising down, bloody lovely, bloody lovely. So, let's see. You know, I'm back from Nurburgring now. Sorry about the mundane footage from there, but the risks, the consequences are just so bloody high if you get it wrong there, and it really opened my eyes this time. I don't know why. I've been for years and years now, but this time every time that barrier went up, I just couldn't help but think, oh, is this the lap that the engine throws a piston out the side of the block and I end up covering the track in oil, and then the engine in the car is the least of my worries in that scenario. The freaking Nurburgring police are going to be after me for a lot of money, so yeah, maybe next time head over with the MK and do a proper track day. That would be damn amazing. So anyway, back onto today. Head over to Donington, meeting up with Mark in his CBR powered Westfield. Maybe that'll give me a kick up the arse to get mine sorted again. And Marcus. So yeah, take him out. He was outlasting the MX-5 Turbo, so it'll be good to see what he thinks of this. Because I love it. I really love it. It's so grippy and such a talented chassis on it. It's freaking brilliant. But the power just isn't quite there. It's just, I really struggled at Nurburgring when I'd come across slower traffic around the corners. Every bloody hot hatch now has friggin' 400 horsepower, so I ended up doing a lot of parade laps at Nurburgring, just following stuff that I just couldn't get past, even though I'd be held up in braking zones and corners. No excuse, like, just that was it. just that was it. Bloody demon of things. So this car has aged now. The power level is putting out very peaky and very much brilliant 20 years ago, whereas now it's it's coming up lacking a bit. So maybe get that 4.77 final drive in there finally. That'll waken things up. But to be fair, Donington, got on a track I know well-ish, and a track where, you know, I can push it a bit more, knowing that the consequences are nowhere near as high, and go from there, you know, carry some more speed and hopefully exploit the chassis a bit more, and see if I can make our 888Rs dance like I could the 808Rs. The little skinny 808R 195s on the MX-5 were a joy to drive on the limit and very screamy, whereas these R888Rs are just a bit more bitey and a bit more aggressive. So don't know, let's go give it a go.
Birthday tree. Sundown lap. Birthday tree. Sun going down. Yeah, I thought that. Good though. really good fun. I've always been told that he's snapped, and when they go, they try.
I know, I was so nervous for the same thing. I thought, I'm going to get in it, and I'm going to spin lots, and I'm going to be scared shitless, but no, it's alright. Unfortunately, the first hour of the track day was absolutely rife with red flags. I think the total for the whole 2.5 hour evening was 8 red flags, but a lot of them were in the first hour. Just look at this guy in the Clio, just totally miss all the red flags and nearly go in the back of the Beamer. But because of that, a lot of people had crashed, a lot of people had broken down, and a lot of people got pissed off and gone home. So the last hour of the track day was actually pretty much empty. Yeah, don't be the knobhead, don't be the knobhead, don't be the knobhead. Was nearly the knobhead. Hey, look who's back. Little Lucy, by popular demand. Yeah, when are we going to do track day together? Soon. I had a look. I have to wait till she's 14 until she can get in a track day car with me. How crap's that, Lucy? We're going to have to get you a little go-kart instead. Supporting Nurburgring. A little pineapple head. Anyway, yeah, how did it go? Went bloody great. It was a good evening, although we actually got an email the next day from Dave, who organises these things, actually saying he's going to review how he does these evenings at Donny, because we had a lot of stoppages, 20% track time loss due to stoppages. I didn't feel like finding that bad at all. The first hour or so was full of reds. Everyone seemed to clear off. The last hour and a half track time, we always say that, don't rush out there, just chill out, and by the last few hours of any track day are always empty. Always worth just chilling out a bit and not getting frustrated with the traffic and playing with the traffic instead. I'm going to overlay some footage of me trying to chase and keep up with this E36 M3. Luckily, traffic was my friend, not my foe there, so yeah, it was really good fun. Unfortunately, he had a bit of a shit day afterwards, and he blew his motor down Craner curves, and that was bloody awful. The car was bloody brilliant. Being able to lean on it a bit more and exploit the chassis meant that I could actually make some progress and not get held up by so many things. And if I did, it was bloody fun, wasn't it? It was bloody fun watching them sail away from me down the straights and then have to claw them back in. Actually really enjoyable. I love the steering wheel I've got, but unfortunately I think it's going to have to go for a proper tuner one because it's just too far away from me. And I was really struggling with reaching it, especially correcting slides and stuff, which I like to do quite a lot. It was quite difficult. I think as well, my upper body keeping in the seats isn't happening with a seatbelt, and it's a bit of a chore. So harnesses, but unfortunately with harnesses, I can't use the OEM roll bars, so it's a half cage effort. And I really don't want to do that, but I don't see any other way, so yeah. Other than that, little damage report of the car after a month of abuse, you know, Cadwell, Donington, Brands, Nurburgring. It's taken some stick. So after last night, I've got a bit of work to do now. Get it on axle stands, rear discs, rear pads, rear tyres, front tyres have seen better days. After a little tab at Nurburgring on the arch liner, cut into the sidewall, not the sidewalls, just made a little score in the actual tread of the tyre, but I don't think that'll pass an MOT now, which is freaking gutting, because there's still loads of life left on them. Other than that, windscreen took an absolute battering last night. I think I've got 3 or 4 new massive chips, because people would go off and spray gravel everywhere. It's a bit gutting, isn't it? So yeah, there we go. Lots to be done. Get that 477 final drive in finally, eh? No, we'll get it done. Hopefully for the next one. Maybe give me a few weeks. Give me about 4 or 5 weeks. We'll book on to another track day. Maybe Alton. I'd love to see if I can get a sub 2 minute round Alton in this thing. I think with a bit of commitment and get the front camber how I want it. So a couple of new bushes. Dial it in and crack on. Anyway, thank you so much as always for the constant support. Really bloody love it. Really love it. So yeah, we'll get cracking, won't we, mate? We'll get cracking.